When we look through the long corridors of human history, from our journey from the swamps to the stars, we've had these innovations that come about from brilliant minds. You know, the coining of gold and silver thousands of years ago, Nicholas Copernicus with heliocentric theory and the quantity theory of money, Isaac Newton coming up with the gold standard itself that laid a foundation for peace and prosperity and world trade on a massive scale. The brightest mind ever in human history, Johann van Goethe, a 215 IQ, 30 points higher than Isaac Newton's. He wrote in Faust about all the negative effects that come to society when the government or the state takes control of the monetary unit. And at the end of the day, gold and silver, and I would put Bitcoin, they're not just mere commodities, but they're essential checks and balances in the political machinery. They stand in the same place as constitutions and bills of right. This isn't about money or merely making money. It's about whether individuals will make their choices or whether monetary elites will make the choices for them. It's going to be, in my opinion, a very bright future, because if we really want to change things, we have to change the economics. And through all of human history, if we look at the economics of violence, it's been very profitable to engage in violent activity. Conquering a neighboring tribe, stealing their crops, taking their land. The industrial age, we needed force to be projected on a massive scale to protect our railroads. The holders of capital could easily be extorted. The coal mine by taxes, by organized labor. But as we move into the information age, Diffie and Hellman came up with asymmetric cryptography, public key, private key encryption, which is a vital component of Bitcoin itself. And some of the original cypherpunks realized the economic implications of this asymmetric cryptography. Because the laws of the universe, they bless nuclear power and nuclear weapons. But they also bless the laws of mathematics and this asymmetric cryptography. And at the end of the day, no amount of violence will solve a math problem. You cannot direct a nuclear bomb at a math problem and solve it. That is just not how math works, period. And with asymmetric cryptography, it has changed the economics of violence. This is a tectonic layer for guiding human action and human behavior. Because now the cost of protection has rapidly plummeted and become free in a lot of cases. And yet the return on investment from attempting to extort, it's just not possible. I mean, you can tax the coal mine and you can organize labor, but like with the information age assets, they're increasingly fleeing into these areas where they can secure protection behind cryptography. And that's a big deal, because now holders of capital, whether it's the ultra rich or whether it's someone in the developing world, they can now secure protection for their money basically for free using open source software. And that's a huge, huge deal, because our freedom is directly proportional to the amount of protection that we're able to secure for ourselves. And this is a huge force multiplying technology that we're able to use to secure that freedom. And at the end of the day, it changes the economics of violence, and it makes violence not very profitable anymore. In fact, it makes violence a negative wealth destroying activity. And that, I think, will change the underlying tectonic plates that all of our human action is based on, and will lead to a much more peaceful world, a world where property rights are defined and protected by mathematical code, regardless of what centralized third parties want to do. Even if those third parties control violence on an enormous scale, that violence will be impotent against the math.